Are you ready? I think I was born ready.
Obviously, you're a little, aggravated by the line of questioning regarding Canelo.
I don't want to touch this, dirty, so bad, I don't want to touch his name.
I'm working on feeling the art of humbleness. Can you be with me? That's the reason why I'm crying, because I'm not that person anymore. And I miss him. But sometimes I feel like a bitch. I don't want that person to come out, because when he comes out, hell is coming with him. And it's not funny at all. It must sound cool, like I'm a tough guy. It's just, I hate that I'm scared.
It would be awesome to, be being a great warrior, maybe with a Mexican.
Let's go! Way
I have to put the joke.
No, hey.
Thank you for playing, man. I appreciate
Good
you.
timing, man.
Can't put predictions, man, but I definitely don't want to leave it to the judges.
What is up, people? Here we go. Man, it's your boy, Sean El Gringo Hicks, in the house with the man, the myth, the legend, Coach Derek Collinsworth. Getting ready to have a great interview. It's great because of him, not me. So whatever I say, just go with it, man. But truly is an honor. This man has been there, done that, and doing even more in the boxing community. So excited. Extremely knowledgeable, passionate about boxing, female boxing, historian. Man, what more can I say? But it's better said by the man himself. Coach Collinsworth, glad to have you here, man. Totally honor. Thank you so much, Coach.
No, I ain't tripping, bro. That's a hell of a introduction, man. If I know half of that shit, we good, bro.
Well, I think we're good because half of it was who you are. So let's start with that. And appreciate you being in here. Tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and what got you into boxing.
Derek Collinsworth. I'm born in New Orleans into a boxing family, man. My uncle was a ranked middleweight in the 70s, started in the late 60s, and his uncle was two of his uncles. One of them was a welterweight champ in 36, and another one was a top contender in the 40s. But my whole family, my dad fought in the service in the 40s and before the war, before World War II. And I was just born into a boxing family, bro. And we all the boys fought as kids, and some of them went. I had 3 of them went pro. Just born in a boxing family, bro. Way back in New Orleans, Whitey Astronaut was the St. Mary's Gym trainer. He's the one who did all our 60s greats from New Orleans. Where Regis is bringing us back to, bro, because New Orleans used to be a super fight town, man. And he finally, by way of Houston, but finally brought some prestige back to the city, man.
Hey, well, yeah, shout out to him. Shout out to Regis, man. Absolutely. For sure. And we'll definitely get more into Regis and what Regis is doing. He's definitely the man making it happen for sure. And shout out to New Orleans always, forever. That's where my family's at. In fact, my uncle, shout out to him, rest in peace, rest in paradise. My uncle, he got me into boxing. He sat me down and made me watch VHS tapes of old fights, new fights. He didn't care. And I'm like, I want to go play outside. No, you need to learn history, real history. So that's what it's all about. So I love hearing those legacy stories. Also like hearing about what's currently going on. What you currently got going on, Coach, right now?
Man, busy as hell, bro. Yeah, man. I just had 2 in the at Houston Boxing Gym for the amateur, that golf national tournament. My green 168 kid, he won, and my other kid, a 47, he lost that. He went to they had one bout. He went straight to the championship, but he dropped that one. And then I leave Tuesday for Washington. We fighting in Legends Casino in Washington State, up there in the Northwest, for Quentin's next fight on Thursday on the UFC Fight Pass, man, Roy Jones card. And then, so we'll come back Friday. We fighting this kid, man. This kid can fight too. He's 14-1, 6'4", bro. So,
what?
My plan is to show what Erickson Lubin was supposed to do, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see how it works out.
Shout out to Lubin.
Yeah, man, I'm a Lubin fan, man. That was rough. That was rough, man.
Fedor is rough for everybody, bro. I mean, 6'6".
Yeah, man. Shit. Even when the kid's that big, bro, rather than not, he knows how to use his height. He's just long, and you know what I'm saying. If he's fighting small, he's still too long for guys, you know. And that's basically what we're gonna be up against, fighting this kid out of California. But and then we get back Friday, and the next week we got the Cornell Randall Championships at the George R. Brown, the 23rd and 24th. And that's shaping up to be a hell of a thing, man. I can't believe the support we're getting for that thing. And then got Dallas again for Quentin. And in September, we're going to Dallas. Got a black tie affair. They're going to make him the main event. We're looking at this young Mexican kid. I'll think of his name in a second. He's like 22-2, man, coming out of Mexico. Yeah, man. So I'm busy, bro. I'm busy as shit.
Man. And even more thankful you took time to speak with us. So appreciate that. And let's kind of dive into some of those things you touched on. So a lot of fighters, which gym do you kind of work out of? Several. I know you've been in Maine a lot. You're kind of all over the city, man. But which gym do you mainly focus out of?
Well, our home gym is The Grind in Katy, Texas, on West Little York. That's where I'm at every night, unless we sparring somewhere. Now, if we sparring out the gym, you know, I go to my people by Maine with Bobby and Aaron and all them at Main Gym downtown, or Jay Prince over there on the north side, off of Collinsworth over there.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I go to Legions off of 45 North. I go to Legions for some sparring too. So yeah, when you see me out and about, brothers, we sparring somewhere, chasing some work. Yeah,
chasing that work, man. I love hearing that. So Q's staying busy, man. Quick Draws making it happen. I believe it was one of the fights where you guys were in Detroit. Man, we were so fired up because we had just interviewed him. Shout out to him. And that was crazy because he was saying like the guy was being, you know, real disrespectful, crossing the line. He even weighed in, and I was so confident the fight happened. I believe I reached out to you like, hey, how'd it go? Because I hadn't heard anything. I didn't want to act like I couldn't see the fight, but it turned out the fight didn't happen. So I was like, what? How did that fight not happen? Like, that's crazy.
I think the kid wanted to fight. I think his trainer, man, you know, and I don't know this. I'm just giving you my feel, what I'm reading. I do know they pulled out. I mean, I do know that. Right. But, you know, me and Aaron, you know Aaron Navarro, right? My cut man.
Yeah.
All right. Been around the game forever. Aaron Navarro was trained by Walt Haley, bro, New Orleans alum. Aaron Navarro is off the same tree I'm off of, from New Orleans, but he got it here in Houston from Walt Haley migrating from the city. Actually, Walt Haley fought for St. Mary's Gym just like my uncle. So we all intertwined, bro, and that's kind of why I took to him. You know, we got the same, you know, over the years, every trainer adds his tweaks and things, but we off the same line, bro. And I really appreciate those guys. I've been going back with Bobby for 20 years, man. 20 plus years now. They always open arms and help me and take care of us and all that good shit. But so with experience, you kind of see different things, you know, and that kid we took was a last minute replacement, man, for that fight, because
and those are dangerous.
Yeah, But this is the deal. The kid you talking about was being disrespectful out of Philly.
Yeah.
That we really wanted to fight was a Marshall Kaufman kid. And like the week before the fight, he contacted Quentin himself and was like, man, I'm pulling this kid out of the fight, yada, yada, yada. So this was a Salida card, and I just needed to get to Detroit because I had to meet this one here. And I get down there and she's in Vegas, so I didn't even get to see it. Man, that whole trip was a bust, man. So yeah, man. So they offered me this kid, man. He was like, I think 6-0 with like 5 knockouts. And Q was 8-0. So I said, sure, man. But the fight was a catchweight at 52, I think, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, right.
And so we signed the contract, and when they sent the contract, it said 47, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, you realize, I told our people, I said, they know this is a 52 fight, right? Because he's replacing the 52, the week of the fight.
Yeah.
And they said, yeah, and sent me a new contract that said 52. And, Quentin signed it, sent it back. We shot up there. Bro, we get up there. They lost our luggage. We didn't have, man. We got there and it was, and we had 2 layovers. We had to go to Detroit. We had to go to we went Tennessee or something. We went all out the fucking way, bro, to switch flights. And then they lost our bags. And we get to Detroit, bro, and it's 10 degrees outside, right? And I said, boy, this stress. So Quentin's Quentin. He's a competitor. I'm going to just take it out on this dude, man. We're going to whoop the shit out of this dude. Cool. So we go to the weigh-in, man, and the kid gets on the scale, bro, like at 145 pounds. Now, Quentin's a tall, lanky welterweight anyway, but so it wasn't that he was small or nothing, but I was like, well, this kid must have been getting in shape, and he just thinks he's going to come in here and snatch one, And he gets off the scale, and then we get on the scale at 152. And so, of course, they'll say nothing to us, and then we walk, and I'm going to feed my kid, right? So, yeah, they lost our luggage, by the way, so we didn't have – we couldn't go hit. There was no – with the layover, there was no gyms. There was no saunas to get into. We didn't do – Quentin lost 9 pounds, brother, day of the weigh-in.
9 pounds?
Yeah, man. We had to, bro. We ain't never missed weight ever. Since he started boxing, bro, we ain't never missed weight, bro, as an amateur. And so we get up there, man. We ain't got no sauna suits, no grease, we ain't got nothing. Sweet sweat, we ain't got shit. And the water in the hotel won't get hot, so we couldn't do no soaks or nothing. But so the day of the weigh-in, we found a 24-hour fitness with a sauna and dropped 9 pounds, bro. So we get there and get on the scale, whatever. So they get off. So I'm like, yo, I'm gonna feed him, man. We got to go. And unbeknownst to us, the other coach is like, man, they way overweight, man. Go make weight. And now we the attraction, right? You motherfuckers are the opponent, And so I was like, make weight. What the fuck are they talking about? And I said, okay. They wanted to make sure we was on this show. Told this other kid, it's at 47. He's a 47. And he's thinking he's fighting at 47. Get here and think we weight bullying or whatever. But that was never the case, man. I had our contract and what it said and all that. But before I got back to my room, man, I'm getting hit up on Facebook and all this shit. Man, your kid's unprofessional, not making weight and all that. I said, oh, they done beat me to the narrative. I said, ain't this a bitch? But so Aaron goes, D, there's no fucking way. We paying this kid I think we was paying him like $6,000-$7,000. There's no way this kid ain't ever made this money. And he ain't finna pass this shit up for no fucking 3-4 pounds or whatever. I said, yeah, that would be silly. That's ridiculous. Shit. That night, I was waiting all night to hear if they gonna fight. Nah, man. We woke up the next morning, still never heard nothing. I said, man, these dudes ain't gonna fight, man. And sure enough, man, So they was like, y'all gonna stay for the show? I said, man, get my fucking tickets, man. We flew out of there and came home, bro. That was a bunk-ass, miserable-ass trip, man. But it ain't about blame. It is what it is. We got there. We got back and on to the next one, And then they sanctioned us for that WBC silver fight. I can't get my passport. Quentin goes down there. They knock heads, get cut in that freaking second round at the beginning, and now he got a draw on his record because they don't do no contest. In Mexico, they call it a split draw or some shit. I said, man, you some snake bit motherfucker. But luckily, the WBC still sanctioned it as long as we did it. We had a window, and we jumped on this El Tigre card, and he still won that title, which ranked him for the WBC. We ranked number 31 in the world right now, and the NABF ranked us at number 13. So we climbing, bro. We still moving.
Absolutely. And be moving again on that Roy Jones card, the UFC Fight Pass Thursday. You guys don't want to miss it. Quentin's going to be the main event. The opponent's 6'4", you said?
Yeah, man. Yeah. I done seen some videos where they calling him 6'5". He's a long, tall kid, man. He got some knockouts, bro. He's like I say, he's 14-1, man.
Wow.
He lost to a southpaw. I seen the fight he lost. He was fighting a southpaw, and who that kid lost to his next fight after that fight. He lost to a name guy I can't remember. But yeah, man. So we gonna climb that hill Thursday, man.
Can't wait. Looking forward to it. And I feel like, positive things are in the future for you guys. So looking forward to that, and definitely encourage you guys to tune in. Speaking of tune in and talking about one of the things that have you extremely busy, and we're excited about, you said H-Town has your back, as they should, the first annual Cornell Randall tournament. Well, it's called a tournament, correct?
Championships.
Championships,
we got some belts made, and we want to crown the fighters who take part as champions. So the plan is to keep this thing going and let it grow into a tournament, and who knows down the road, maybe it gets some value to it for amateur boxing, whatever the case. But yeah, man, it's been overwhelming, man, the response to this thing, man. And I'm excited, but I got a million people helping me. Shout out to Stephanie Kelly, man, the CDM.
Shout out.
Bruh, when I tell you this lady, man, is looking out for us, bruh, it's ridiculous, man. Hey, she went to the venue, bruh. I couldn't make it. She went to the venue, to the walkthrough and all that, in there with her phone filming so I could see everything. Yeah, bruh. It's coming together, man. And my guy, brother of mine, Don Singleton, man, he's the guy. He bought the American Fitness Expo. He has a fitness gym here in Houston, and he sells gym equipment. And so he bought the expo. This will be the first year he owns it. He took over the expo. It's been here for years, but he bought it, and he's a sponsor and supporter of Quentin, Muslim brother. And he reached out and said, "Hey, man, y'all want to do a boxing fight in the expo?" And I was like, "Shit." I said, I've been in Houston since I've been in amateur boxing in Houston with a gym since about 2007, right? And I've never did. I'm not from amateur boxing, bro. Like, I'm from amateur boxing, but not my coaching, right? So, and we wasn't, as kids, we wasn't developed into amateurs. That wasn't, I told you where my line went. So it didn't even come, Joe Louis was a Golden Glove champ. Boom, he went to the pros, right? So we come from that old school thinking, you developing kids to be fighters, and so that's kind of how I was groomed, bro. I didn't, I never was, and as kids, we didn't know, what I'm saying? We did what we was told. We didn't know, there's a point system and all this old type of, clicking punches and shit. We just was fighting, right? So, So when I get here, man, and I told the wife, I said, well, I need to open a gym, man. And she was like, all right. So I opened my first gym in Missouri City, man. And that, I said, oh shit, this is gonna be a learning curve, man, because I build fighters to win fights, trying to knock you out. and so it was a learning curve for me, man. I mean, I've done pretty good as an amateur trainer, but I've never had no, shout out to my guys like Jeff Mays and all them guys, man, turned into Olympic coaches and, got medalists under their, man, that's tremendous, man. That's amazing.
Yeah. Shout out to Coach. He got the win last night.
Yes.
Yeah.
After Figueroa.
Yeah.
Figueroa, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. So I don't come from the amateur boxing, so it's all been a learning curve. And I've never done a show like my gym doing a show. Never. I've never been interested in doing it. I just took part in shows, the Golden Gloves, whatever, Nationals, whatever.
Right.
And so when my buddy came, because he was on some, man, let's do a pro fight. I said, whoa, man. There's a lot of moving parts, man. I said, that ain't nothing you just jump into. I said, but what we can do, because like I said, he's a sponsor of Quentin, a big supporter of Quentin. I said, we always was going to do an amateur tournament in his son's name who passed away. And I said, this sounds like a perfect jump off point, and see what it turns into. So he was like, man, whatever you need from me, you got the venue. They get like the last several years, they got like 25,000 plus each day. And this year he got the Kevin Garnett 3-on-3 basketball thing. He got us. And then of course, all the vendors for the fitness, the fitness expo stuff. So shout out to everybody helping us. Ms. Diane, the president of our golf association, Stephanie Kelly. Like I said, I couldn't even do it if she wasn't doing what she's doing, bro. It wouldn't even get done, bro. I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? It's too much on the plate, and man, they coming through, bro. Everybody's coming through. And the minute they once, shout out to my homie Regis, man. Once he was telling people, y'all come out for this show, Jared Anderson, Shakur Stevens, Tiger, Troy, hell, we got the MMA champ did a thing telling people come out here, man. So once it kind of caught on and people understood what we was doing, man, it's been, man, we had like 300 something fighters, bro, trying to get matched on this show, man. It's bananas, bro.
It's banana splits, and that's what we like to hear, man. I like to hear that support and love the passion, man. I think it's for a great cause, and it's great to get the kids active and to give them the opportunity to kind of showcase their skills, showcase their abilities, and to put on a show like that. I was floored, and Coach doesn't mess around, like to do things big. Because I'm like, wait, hold on. So you haven't done this before, but you're doing the George R. Brown, like, man.
yeah. Hey, bro, they wanted to like. They was like, man, we need another ring. We need 2 rings. I'm like, oh man, hold on. That this stuff costs too. You rent the ring for the day and all the setup and everything. And I said, man, let's just do a tournament, a show. Get the kids, let the kids fight, give them belts. So we can announce, these champions of this show, and let's figure it out first. I don't want, it's already in a hot spot, you know what I'm saying? And it's already like with a built-in crowd. So the boxing crowd that we gonna bring is just gonna, that, which is, the point. It's gonna be tremendous, man. But I was kind of like, yeah, that sounds good, but I don't want to just overdo everything and then they get away from us, And then in the middle of that, we got 2 fights. We got the fight next week. We got a fight in September right after. We got to get ready for and pull this this amateur, this 2-day amateur show off, man. So yeah, man. But I think going forward, my guy, he's like, man, if we do this Cornell thing, man, I want to do it every year in the fitness thing. I'm like, cool, bro. We're gonna get it going, man. Let's just make it successful and let it grow,
Yeah, definitely. And this is kind of like a 2-parter, because I know, and shout out to them, the Boxing Showcase, they had a great tournament at the WBC. But we learned with the tournaments, as we know with any fight, fighters drop out, but where it's even more of a challenge when you involve the ladies. Like, we know you're a big supporter of ladies boxing, them doing their thing, but it creates a lot of problems because there's not always a lot of opponents to match up. So can you kind of talk about that a little bit? And has that been a problem? I mean, 350, are any of them ladies?
I tell you what, I had 2 demands on this show, bro. I had 2 demands. I said, if we do this show, I need Jury Rodriguez to be my main event on this amateur show. 10-time national champion. Just my favorite fighter, favorite amateur, easily my favorite amateur. But I said, so I need Jury as the main event, and then I want to get the kids some belts. I want them to feel like they winning something. And we got the medals too. With the Cornell pitch on it and shit too for everybody who's taking part. But that was my main goal. Now they told me going in, Coach, ain't nobody gonna fight Jury. Jury got to go to international tournaments and shit to fight. She got to go to these big tournaments where they gotta fight her. And I said, man, knock it off, man. We gonna find somebody, bruh. How long we been pushing this show? At least a month or 2, huh? At least, publicly telling everybody.
Yeah.
I found an opponent for Jury yesterday or day before yesterday, bro. And I didn't find her. Her dad did. Her dad was at a tournament, and he said, Coach, I found somebody, man, that wants to fight him. So I was rubbing it in Stephanie's face, because Stephanie was like, ain't nobody gonna fight Jury, man. You crazy. I said, man, I'm telling you, I'm a Saints fan. I believe we gonna get it going, man. And sure enough, at the 11th hour, man, we find somebody who's gonna, that's gonna fight him, man. So and Jury's getting ready, bro, she's somewhere now. She's somewhere right now. I think she got a national Golden Glove tournament, and then she got to do nationals coming up pretty soon. But alhamdulillah, we got somebody for her, man. So I get my main event now. And yeah, bro, as popular as women's boxing is, and I think it's because the ability, man. It's because these women can fight, man. And when women fight, they trying to kill each other, bro. Like it's women. If you hit a woman, bro, she wants to get it back 2 times, So it's like these girls, bro. They go out and they highly trained. It ain't one like you remember in the 90s when like Christy Martin was the face, and they had to manufacture opponents for her. I remember. Then Layla became the face, and they had to manufacture. They went and found George's daughter, who really didn't box, I think, Frazier's daughter, one of them.
It was Frazier.
Yeah, but and the difference between, say, Kristen Martin, Lucia Riker, and Ali, and maybe Miss Ann, the difference between them and the next tier was night and day, right? Whereas today, nah, bro. Nah, man, these guys can fight, man. These fights liable to break out, man, at any time, man. And when they let the girls in the Olympics, bro, I had a girl, one of my best fighters, man, that I ever developed, man. 2011, 2012, man, was this little girl, man. She was special, bro. But there was nowhere for her to go. You know what I'm saying? There was no national team. There was nothing. So as she grew, became a young lady, other shit took precedence. Where am I go with this?
Right.
But the minute they let them in, bro, the minute they let the girls in the Olympics, I knew it was going to be a explosion, man. And if you look today, the average boxing fan knows 4 or 5 women boxers, and they have a favorite, long as they putting them on the tube, man, and people like Top Ranks pushing them, and it's just tremendous, man. And as a trainer, bro, I'm telling you, these girls are elite boxers. They just elite boxers, bro. They beat up dudes, man. If you think Clarissa Shields don't beat up dudes or can beat up dudes, well, you don't know what you're looking at, bro. These fucking girls are special, man. I'm so excited for Michaela and Alicia Baumgartner on this undercard with Savannah and Clarissa, bro. This is elite boxing. You want to see some elite boxing? You about to see. And with Michaela, it's about to be a fight. They fitting up. Watch what they do. Watch what they end up doing, man. So
yeah, no, I'm excited about that. And you're talking about on that Top Rank in the 02, September 10th. Don't want to miss that. and it's going to be in London. So we get my favorite thing, afternoon boxing. Shout out to me. Selfish.
Yeah, I like it too. I like it too.
But the ladies, man, they bring it. So you talk about the lady you had that you work with and that they're special. You've seen so much boxing, coach. You've seen, you know, men and women, pro and amateur. When was the last time you were surprised by a fighter that you maybe they overachieved, like you maybe you misjudged them, you saw them in the gym, they didn't really wow you, but they got in there and the lights came on and you're like, wow. When was the last time that a fighter really shocked and surprised you in a good way?
I got it, bro. It was 97, right? Oscar was the man. Sugar Shane was on his heels. Tito was the man. And that young kid who couldn't sell out a 1,000-seater in his hometown of Grand Rapids. I said, are y'all watching this fucking kid, man? To my family, right? And my, you know, we're Irish and we're Italian. The two whites arch enemies, but that's what we are. And and he and my family, you know, we steeped in boxing, bro. So my family, you know, when we got a fighter, that's our guy, and you know, we riding with him, and you know, and so my family was big on De La Hoya, big on like I said, all those top guys. And I'm watching Floyd Mayweather, bro, and I'm going, man, I'm a Tommy Hearns dude. That was my hero growing up, right? Everybody knows that. That when I was a kid, I envisioned being Tommy Hearns, right? So that's who I looked up to. So I hated Ray Leonard with a passion, bro. And I hate that Ray Leonard seems like such a good guy now. I read his book and I seen the Tyson interviews and shit, and I'm like, I fucking like this dude, man. Shit, I don't want to like him. And so, but that has nothing to do with how great he is, right? I know how fucking special Sugar Ray Leonard is, right? And I'm telling y'all, man, this little featherweight, bro, he's like a fucking new Ray Leonard or something, man. Because if you remember, Junior was punching with both hands, knocking people out and shit, man. And nobody was paying attention, man. And I know that sounds crazy because of how he ended up being this, you know, he turned me off in the end, but like how he ended up being shit, the biggest money maker and shit. And I said, nobody was listening, bro. Crickets, man. And then I'm going, you know, till like when he fought Oscars, when he blew up, right? Would you say? Yeah. I mean, we knew him. We boxing people knew him, but I'm talking about that crossover, you know, where everybody's, oh, this is the greatest guy since sliced bread. But he had been a world champion since like 14 fights, bro. Like,
yeah, he went from, well, that's the thing where I break his career up into the Pretty Boy era, which he was the beast, and then you know, then he went to the Money Mayweather after he fought Oscar, and he was more selective. We'll say that respectfully.
Yeah, well, this is the thing, bro. Like, people was catching up with him in 2002, 3, whatever that was. I don't even remember, 2006 or something. I don't remember. But and I'm like, man, this dude was super bad, bro. Y'all didn't see this guy. To tell you the truth, man, I love Chico Corrales, man. You remember when he was knocking everybody out, bro? Everybody. You put anybody in front of him, they get knocked out.
Yeah.
Now I done told you who was my guy, right? And I'm 6'1", so tall, skinny, all that shit when I was a kid. So those guys were my body style, what I like to see, especially when they know their distance and they know the range and they know the difference between the two. When I see that, I'm like, oh, this is an educated boxer. And Chico, man, was fun to watch, bro. He knocks everybody out. And I remember going, man, I don't know, man. This is like, and I thought about it. It was like Ray Leonard, Tommy Hearns, when they was young, undefeated, you know. Well, I think Ray had lost to Duran, but, you know, it was the top guys. And I remember people was paying attention. My family was like, what you think, bro? I said, man, I don't know, but you know how this shit ends, man. The slick boxer, man, usually, and bro, what he did that night against that, what was Chico, 5'11", damn near 6 foot.
Yeah.
I mean, he beat this monster like he was ordinary, bro. And we know it wasn't ordinary. He wasn't. No. He got beat. He just got beat. And so I said all that to say this. I remember picking him way before, you know, I remember seeing, what I'm saying is not Nostradamus, but I remember seeing what it takes, you know, that special. And the next guy I did that for was Canelo, right?
Okay.
10, 12 years ago, I was telling people, this is the greatest Mexican boxer you ever gonna see. And people was like, get the fuck out of here, right? He had all the naysayers, he can't move and this and that. And I said, listen, man, this kid is so good, and I see him getting better. Every fight, whenever something, so that lets me know he's being developed correctly. Like if they have a problem, the next fight, that problem's not there, or it's being corrected, right? So I did the same thing with Canelo, and now we are where we are with Canelo, right? And I'm gonna tell you, bro, I'm gonna stake my claim. I'm gonna stake my claim right now, man. In 10 years from now, you either gonna tell me, well, coach, you missed this one, or I hit.
Okay.
This Shoo kid, bro, out of New York, out of Brooklyn. What's his name? Shoo. What's his last name? Oh, shit. Top rank. He signed the Top rank. What's his name?
Yeah, he was just on the last card, right? Damn.
Yeah. Anyway, it'll come to my mind. Bruh, I don't know who developed this kid, bruh. But the education I'm seeing on this kid, character.
Thanks.
I just seen it. You put it on the thing.
Thank you, Kano. Thanks for everybody listening, by the way. Miss Denise, Javier, Nancy, man, much love, man. Thanks for you guys checking this out. Shoo Carrington, man, Kano, the source. Thank you, brother.
That's it right there. Bruh, pay attention to his waist work. Pay attention to his hands. He knows how to lock his opponent's hands down. So that means his range and his distance is perfect. He knows how to lock this side down, work this side, lock this side. His punch selection, this fucking kid, I'm telling you, bro, this kid is the next kid, man. And I love it because just like the other guys, he's only got, 4, 5 fights, 6 fights. I mean, now these guys are touted amateurs, don't get me wrong. But this fucking kid, bro, pay attention to the little things is what I'm saying. When I see the little things, that means this kid is developed. He's got an education, man. He sees what's going on. He don't get hit clean because he's defensive, right? His punch selection is ridiculous. His feet is impeccable, bro. This dude, I'm telling you, brother. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the chips on this kid. He's the next one, bro. I see it. It might take 10 years, for it completely unfolds, but it's gonna be there, man. And I think he's a featherweight too. I think ask my man Loco, is he 30, 26? He's something like that, man. A featherweight, maybe.
Kano, if you're still listening, brother, yeah, he does fight like a veteran, and he said he agrees with you, by the way. Shoo Carrington, I don't know why in my mind. I think he is a featherweight, but man, I need to look. Yeah,
he's like when Lil Floyd started. Little bitty guy.
So hey, you put it out there. So
yeah, let's see what happens, bro.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. And just real quick, not that people care. I mean, they want to see Coach, but the last time that I was surprised, where I just kind of went in there, I wanted doing research for an interview that you helped me with. Thank you very much for Carmen Vargas. I said, well, let me just go see what she has. And it was actually a telecast by you did with Jiffy Morales. Shout out to her. And you guys were doing color commentary and play-by-play, and y'all were quiet because she was so dominating. Yeah. She was like a hell's fury, just like crazy, punishing the body. So shout out to Carmen and Coach Morano, man. Like, man, you guys are making it happen. And that was my moment, because I was like, I gotta see her again. Like, I couldn't believe how accomplished she was, and I even talked to her about that when we interviewed, and she was like, I don't know why people are surprised. I mean, I've been in the game for like over 10 years, and sometimes people fall through the cracks. Sometimes you just don't know.
It happens, man. But when you get to see him, yeah, I'm a big fan. Carlos is my dude. I'm a big Carmen fan. I support. She knows I support her. Support the shit out of her, man. I love watching her fight, man. She's just a very fun fighter to watch. And she's educated too, bro. If you pay attention to the little things, man, she works both sides. She could fight, bro. If Carmen Vargas is fighting, you could do way worse than watch.
Oh yeah, she's must watch. Oh yeah, by the way, thanks, Kano. Man, Kano's all over, man. If you haven't already subscribed to my man Kano Loco Sports, thanks for those tuning in live and also listening to the archive or the audio version of this interview with the man, the myth, the legend, Coach Derek Collinsworth, making it happen. And man, I had to get this question in here. There's so much great boxing talking with you, but we got to ask about your brethren, man. We got to ask about Regis. What is going on with the Alphabet Boys trying to hold him back, man? He was the mandatory for the WBC. The WBC said, see you later. The WBA is vacant. They got him ranked at number 6. I know it's frustrating, but just put it out there. I believe, and I'm going to talk to my brothers later about this, Regis, and I'm not just saying this because I'm talking to you, Coach, he's the man to beat at 140 to me, no question. But if you don't get the opportunity, will you ever get the opportunity? What's your thoughts on that whole situation in Regis right now?
I want to make it very, very clear. I'm just a fan. That's my dude. He's a New Orleans representative who came here with Katrina and changed his life in boxing. He happens to fight for a good friend of mine. Well, a couple of good friends of mine. They all work his corner. This is one of the hardest working kids, bro. He gave my kid work, like paid sparring for some of his camps. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't say enough good shit about this kid, bro. I really can't. He's the real deal and good as gold, bro. But most importantly for us, guys like me and you, he can fight. And he's a lot better than what he even gets credit for. You know, I'm in the gym watching, we sparring him. I'm watching him spar and shit. So he's educated too, bro. It's just he's a puncher. He wants to get you out of there too. So I mean, it's action packed, but and it's sad today. But this is a hell of a question here. I said that to say this. I'm not in business with Regis. You know what I'm saying? I'm not nothing to do except a friend and a fan. So, we go to his house and spar. He built the gym and back his house and shit, and we're acquaintances, and I want nothing good for him. But what I see is fucking politics, bro. When you these sanctioning bodies, dude, you get the kid. You get the kid an eliminator. He goes over there. He ices this 6-foot Irish kid over there and where was it? Dubai or something, the Middle East. Goes out there, smashes this guy, makes him the number 1 contender for the WBC, right? Mm-hmm. And Josh Taylor, who's he seething to get back in the ring with, right? Which I think we all want to see that. If you're a fan of either man, you want to see, the fight was close enough. Whether you thought Taylor won or Regis won, it don't matter. It was competitive. They could go at it again, but it was that tournament setting, so there was no rematch clause or nothing. You gotta, you lost, you gotta get back in there with it. So he's going about it the right way, whooping everybody. You telling him he gotta whoop. Now you making him number 1 contender and then Josh Taylor vacates. Well, seems simple, right?
Right.
But it's not that simple when a promoter has the fucking championship, man. So if you got a kid and he's gonna vacate, of course you're gonna make your 2 kids fight over the title. They both top ranked kids or have that top ranked, relationship. And it's just shitty because if the sanctioning body tells you fighting for the spot and you win, you do everything, you travel overseas and dominate, what's the problem, man? And then you look at, and the only problem is they trying to monopolize. They try, I think, Uncle Bob and them got that they had been monopolizing that WBO, so I guess they got a shot at WBC. They're gonna try to keep that too, you know.
Yeah.
And it's no slight against Zepeda. I mean, I like him. I like the fighters fighting for the shot, but my partner is the #1 guy, bro. So fighting, one of y'all fighting. But as you can see, if you over here with this promotion and they over there with this promotion, all of a sudden it's so many moving parts that people get left out in the cold, bro. It's never been this way my whole life, man, to where fans, and you know, I'm the first to say fucking fans, bro. The fans are, you know, they and now we done got to a point where the fans are rooting for promoters, bro. I never heard of this shit before, man. This is insane to me, bro. Like, if you talk to a guy who likes PBC, they think all PBC fighters are the best. If you top rank, all the top ranked fighters are the best.
Like it's the NFL or something.
Yeah, like it's a team. It ain't no fucking team, bro. This is a singular sport. You got your guy, you ride with him. You've never, in our whole life, you've never heard of it. Nobody knows who promoted Joe Louis. Nobody knows. They know who Joe Louis is. Nobody knows, you know. Don King probably was the first one that just made himself a celebrity, but even then, nobody was rooting for Don King. Everybody was rooting for their fighter. And now we live in this crazy world, bro, with boxing where, you know, the fans are rooting for promoters. I never seen no shit like this, man. It's crazy to me. The fans should be bamming at the door about this kid not getting his shot. You know what I'm saying? This ain't Regis Prograis ain't the fucking up and comer. This is a fucking unified world champion, right? Who lost a fucking close fight, a decision. He was coming on. You seen Taylor lumped up.
Yeah, everybody's seen his eye.
Right. So, and then you ask him to go over here and fight this guy. He goes over here, smashes him, and then, man, the fans should be pissed, man. The fans should want to see, whether you're a Regis fan or not. He's an elite fighter at 140 pounds. You want him to fight the other elite fighters at 140 pounds. If Taylor goes to 47, more power to him. All right, 40, let's go. We got to get this. So it's shitty because at this point, okay, they fight for the title on Top Rank. What if they do a trilogy or something because it's a great fight and Top Rank wants to keep the money? You know, they'll just box him out, man. And then, you know, hopefully I seen the WBA is moving to Houston now. So hopefully they start pushing, you know, some of our fighters, you know, start favoring them. But I mean, look at the WBA, bro. It's the oldest sanctioning body in the country. And I don't know what you think about that rating system, man. It's some crazy shit, bro. They be having fighters that ain't active in 5 years in the top 10 and shit. It's crazy.
It's I know they had, and this is not even trying to be funny, like when Sergio came back, earlier this year, they had him ranked like 15, like off the bat, just because he woke up, you know, and put on the gloves again. Got to give a shout out, man. That's some great stuff there, Coach. Kano, Local Sports, the source, man. Make sure you follow and support him. Regis versus Uriel Mortis would be a fight of the year type fight. I'll be all over that, man. I'm a big supporter of Regis, man. My brother and I, we love him. Manny Hop, so I was hurt by that news, and I saw, you could tell in the social media post that Regis has put up there, that obviously it's the politics of boxing, and, you know, knock on wood. Like, I like the things you said you predicted as far as Shoo, but that trilogy thing is a scary prediction, man. That could happen.
Yeah.
You know, it could be that type of fight. This will be the second fight, which was, you know, the first fight was great, close. This second fight could be, I mean, they're going to be fighting for a belt. They're going all out. You know, they both want their opportunity. And a third fight, like you said, and they could box out Regis, and they can just kind of have him on the outside looking in. And that's the thing about somebody that's so dangerous. And you're right, that boxing fans, myself, and that's how I put myself, is a boxing fan first, that gets an opportunity to, you know, talk about the sport that I love. That why wouldn't you want to see the best versus the best over any kind of affiliation or preference of a fighter, which I get and I respect. And that's going to be a hell of a fight, but the best should get their opportunity.
Yeah, 100%, bro. 100%. That, you know, and when they get, you know, the kid's gonna keep banging, bro. He's gonna just keep knocking on the door till he kicks it in. That's all. So they ain't gonna run forever because he's gonna keep whooping people. So, but you just like to see. I mean, again, unified world champion, man, who lost to Taylor, and then what he got? 2 vicious or 3 vicious knockouts since then. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, man.
Yeah, and I love he did an IFL interview with his last opponent, and his opponent's because it was on St. Patrick's Day fight, and his opponent was gonna say he's gonna beat you down, and he just basically, and we just got annoyed and like, man, I'm gonna break you. And like you could tell he wasn't putting on a show. Like he said, I'm gonna break you, I'm gonna embarrass you. And he did. He waited, he found his shot, and like he knows his punch placement. That's the thing for me, like his footwork and his distance, but his punch placement is like second to none. Like he knows how to break his opponents down and just destroy them.
He's getting better, bro. He's getting better.
Yeah, he's getting better, man, and I can't wait to see him back in the ring. But speaking of back in the ring, you're back in the ring, one man. Quick Draw Randall, UFC passed. And also real quick for those that are listening, the 350, don't let that intimidate you. They can still try to see if they can get into that tournament, right? How can they reach out and do that?
Yeah. We still taking, we ain't cut it off yet because we were sanctioned for 30 fights a day, and due to overwhelming response, they let us increase it to about 36 bouts a day. And everybody in amateur boxing knows, fights fall out constantly. So, all the way up until 2 days before the fight, they'll be like, hey man, we ain't gonna make it, So we're not turning nobody down. We want to fill up both days and take them. And you're reaching out to Stephanie Kelly, and she's keeping everybody and matching them and sending out, hey, you accept this fight? All right, and making them. So we still accepting people, bro. Right now, man, and I don't want to cut nobody off, but of course, when you send in your list, she'll tell you, hey man, we full, but we got this fight, that fight, and this fight. If something happens, I can reach out to you if you still want to be on the card, man. It's never an amateur fight that there's that there's not walkovers and people dropping out. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So we still taking the list right now, man. But we about full.
All right, but about to, and we're about to be done. So how could people follow you, Coach, and keep up with what you got going on, which is a lot, and we appreciate what you're doing for the community and keeping it going, making things happen. Can't wait for the next fight Thursday, UFC Pass. Don't miss it. Where can they follow you, Coach?
I got hacked, man, on the Instagram and lost my followers and shit, man. So I had to make a new one, but it's Collinsworth Boxing Official on Instagram, and then on Twitter is Big Bad Wolf on Twitter, man. And I be during the fights, I like to tweet, as the rounds go by, man. I done got hooked to that, man. I like doing that, bro. So I'm on Twitter, Instagram, everything. Collinsworth Boxing, man.
Man, follow him. And again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. You do not ever want to miss an opportunity to hear from Coach, man. He tells it like it is, and he knows his stuff. He's been there, done that, and he's making it happen. And follow and support him. And definitely don't want to miss that tournament. Again, it's going to be the George R. Brown Convention Center, part of the Fitness Expo. And it's going to be loud, proud, and support these young fighters for a great showcase championship that's put together by great men that are making it happen. And, I'm definitely going to be there. I don't know, definitely both days, Coach. I don't know if I can see every single fight. I'm not going to put it out there like that. I'm going to try to see as many as I can, but I'll be there for the main event. I'm going to be there for a main event. And, hey, I know it's going to be a great event, and I can't wait. So thank you guys so much. And
hey, let me send a shout out to somebody too, man. And you can do way worse than interviewing her too, man. My homie, man, Miranda Reyes, man, just went to Rhode Island, bro. She's 6-1, bro, and whooped a 4-division champion, man, Canadian Hall of Famer, bro. Jamie Clampett. She went up to Rhode Island, as the opponent, man, and smashed her on Box TV, bro. Unanimous decision, bro. She went up there, man, and showed her ass, bro. And she's managed by Ryan Roach, Freddie Roach's nephew, up there in Boston, bro. But she's based from here. She's in Houston, man. And
yeah, we would love to talk to you.
Miranda Reyes, man. Y'all follow her on Instagram and stuff, man. She was built by Hector Rocha here in Houston, bro, to be a pro. She didn't fight amateur. She just was sparring boys and shit. And then he turned a pro. He turned a pro, and he passed away from COVID, bro. He was like in the late 70s or something like that, man. And so she's been going on her own, bro. And she walked into Jay Prince one day and was like, I need a coach. They started training her, man. And now, like I said, she's 71 now, maybe. And went up there, man, to Rhode Island and showed her ass, man. Dominated this girl, man.
What?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, now you got me speechless. That's she went to Jay. Well, that's something right there. She just went to Jay Prince Gym, just walked in, give me a coach with no amateur and just sparring dudes, and now she's pro.
She ain't fought one. She ain't had an amateur fight, bro. And she turned pro. I think she was gonna turn, and then the shutdown happened. But she's done fought through this. She picked up a manager. Kay was training her, bro. Kay Karoma was training her at Jay Prince before he went back to Vegas. And then and my man Lencho, shout out to Lencho, bro. That's another cut man I use out of Main Gym, man. And so he's been in the corner with a cut man 3 or 4 times, man. But he went up there with her to fight this gal, man, and she showed her ass, man. Y'all follow. No, 100%, Bruce. No, that's Jamie Claver's bad, bro. She's a bad chick, man. And Miranda went up there with 6 fights, bro, and whooped her, bro, in her home, her home promotion, man. They was the main event, bro. And that little girl went up there, man, and showed up like that, bro. Y'all need to support her, bro.
It's a done deal, man. If coach says it, it's gonna happen. Like, that's how it is. So thanks for putting that out there, and we're definitely gonna make sure to follow her. Miranda Reyes will be looking out for you going forward. But again, great show, Coach. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we'll be talking soon. But we out. Peace.